Good afternoon or good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to the dark side of the Impact Tribe Live. This is where we meet, greet, and learn about leaders who are having a scary positive impact on the world. I am your host, Ashley Bright, the Message Wrecker. When you take the stage, all of your worst fears will come true. It starts with sweaty palms, dry mouth, rapid heartbeats, shortness of breath. You'll forget what you want to say. You'll feel the imposter syndrome like never before. Stage fright will reach 11. And worst of all, you'll say and you know constantly. This is our Halloween episode. Before we get to our amazing guest, a couple things. First of all, I will be hosting a storytelling masterclass November 19th. It's called From Words to Action, storytelling that gets results. If you're interested, go to my website, themessagefixer.com. Secondly, I'm excited to announce we have a sponsor. So a big shout out to our sponsor, Opus Clip. If you aren't familiar with Opus Clip, they use AI to turn long form video into short clips that you can share on social media. I use it all the time. It is amazing. And if you'd like, we have a discount code that you can use to get 30% off. You can't go wrong. It will save you so much time. All right. So today I am so excited to welcome an amazing individual. The amazing, as if I haven't said it enough times, Chason Forehand. Chason is the founder of HR-4U Inc., host of the People Community event, and the man behind the Transformational Kitchen. So let me hit my little buttons here and welcome him to the stage. There he is. Welcome, Chason. Thank you so much for being here. And look it, the pirate.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you. So, hold on. I'm actually going to shift our back. There we go. That's better.
There we go. Wow.
There we go. Full screen.
Full screen.
So welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. And wearing, you got the costume going and everything.
Man. Yeah,
so,
you said you were going full out. So I was like, all right, we can do this. We'll make this
We're trying. I just realized, though, I have a nice big cup of coffee here that I can't drink.
Yeah, no.
Because
it's okay. You can't drink your coffee and I can't see. So we're gonna roll with it. It's all right. Everybody that knows me knows that I wear glasses, so I am literally like I can barely see myself. So it's all right.
Well, fortunately, I hope you don't have to press any buttons there.
I don't
Nothing
have to
critical.
Press any buttons. Yeah.
So we just have to talk, and we may find that this mask is going to inhibit my ability to talk anyway. So
yeah, I will just
have to
keep
take
saying
it off.
and through the entire thing. And
There you go. So. My friend, thank you. What is going on with you? I know you have some big things going on, and so I don't know if we want to jump into those right away. Well, maybe actually, let's back up. Let's talk Halloween since this is the theme today. You've arrived with the pirate look, and you're sacrificing your ability to see for all of us. So I appreciate that. I'm curious. Do you have a few favorite costumes that you've had over the years? Any real standouts there?
No, but if I will say, normally this is not a thing that I will do. But I will say this, that if my buddy, Scott Heathman, if I could ever get a hold of his Mandalorian costume, I would absolutely jump all in it. So
nice. I sort of Halloween kind of come, it's sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I've had a few stellars, but a few that just didn't go anywhere. And so this time I tried to be sort of the message fixer alter ego, the message wrecker, if you will, and everything goes wrong. And so for those of you listening or watching, this is only today. Tomorrow it will be the message fixer. You can count on me to help you out. And for my upcoming workshop, it will be the message fixer, not the wrecker. So don't worry. So all right. So let's jump in. Tell me, Chason. So what is sort of what has been your journey to where you are now. You are the founder of HR-4U Inc. You are a host of a podcast live stream. I'm never quite sure what to call these things. And then you've got some big announcements coming up about something you've been working on for a while. So let's just jump in. There's no right place. It all sounds
Yeah.
good.
Well, I will just say that I am a guy that started out in the culinary world, and I have been a person that's gone through an addiction journey, and has experienced homelessness in a real, a really bad level where it's like, all right, this isn't couch surfing. This is like there's nowhere to go and no shelter to be part of. And so I understand that struggle and that journey and what that looked like. And I
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of great people around me that kept pouring into me when I couldn't pour into myself, until I learned to love myself enough to want to do something to make those changes and take that first step, which is, recognizing that you need help. So
Mm-hmm.
that led me into, being a better chef and being a leader that people could count on. And then that kind of led me into being an HR role, which is really kind of interesting because most people that know the culinary world, and I joke with a lot of the people that, have stayed in culinary all these years and have been like, this is my whole career. HR in culinary world is like having a come to Jesus meeting out by the dumpsters. So what are you talking about when you say HR in culinary? I was asked to do things where I wanted to learn more about what that was and why it's called human resources and how I could be better at it. So that be better for myself, be better for the people I was serving, and be better for the restaurants and the culinary people that I was surrounding myself with. And so that led me down this path. I ended up having my own HR consulting company that I've had since 2012. And what we do now is work with specifically social good entities only.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of made a transition during the pandemic when I saw a lot of nonprofits that needed help. And I was doing a lot of pro bono work and decided, these are the people that I want to continue to help. But being the founder of HR-4U happened in 2022, after this journey, watching the world be on fire and all the things that were happening from 2019 through the pandemic, and what that looked like, and then my journey with nonprofits, working for nonprofits, working with nonprofits, doing pro bono work, seeing the insides and outsides of it, and thinking, wow, there's some things going on in my neighborhood where we ended up landing, and we need help. And I want to do a better job of serving these people that need this help, and in growing as a human myself. And so we created HR-4U in 2022 to be a voice, to move beyond awareness to action for pay equity, pay equality, and living wages. Beyond that, last year, we called out in fourth quarter of last year that we wanted to create Transformation Kitchen. And that was a program to pour culinary and skills resources into underserved community members. It's primarily people coming from addiction journeys and people that were coming from reentry, where they are overlooked constantly because of either felonies or other things in their life that have prevented them from being a candidate, and removing those barriers and biases and stigmas to give them an opportunity of hope and give them an opportunity to empower themselves to do what they want to do and create that life for themselves and their families. So that's what we are on the path of doing. We've got a lot of fantastic things that we could talk about during the course of this conversation. But I will tell you, I'm so thrilled to have an amazing board of directors, an amazing advisory board, 100 partners in 6 countries, and just an incredible group of people that stand up, stand in the gap, and want to do good in this world. And it's just incredible to watch this happen as it starts to really take off. I'm just humbled to be a part of it.
That's amazing. Like what an incredible journey to take that experience and those learnings and not only become, bring yourself back from the brink, as you said, and kind of create a life for yourself, but then, as you said, sort of be in that gap for other people and bring other people along with you. And, I mean, it is ironic that it's called human resources, yet, I mean, the culinary space is a whole other beast, but just in general, I've been meeting more and more people in the HR space that are just speaking to the fact that it is so broken, and human is oftentimes the last thing on people's minds. And
Yeah.
so and I don't, I think for many people, myself included, we enjoy going out for a meal and enjoying that time with friends, but you rarely think about what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
And,
there's a
I think
ton.
it's only because of, Anthony Bourdain and some others that have come forward to talk about just the level of anxiety and chaos and, you know, potentially, life-threatening moments that
Yeah.
are going on back there. So that's amazing.
Well, there's a ton, and I think there's a ton to learn. There are a lot of aspects that we're going to scratch the surface on in the course of, um, having we have our first chef mentor, and we have our very first student, and we're so thrilled to be talking about Chef Casanova. If you He was on Chopped in August.
Mhm.
I think that aired in August of this year. Um, he's a local legend here around the Newburgh, New York, central New York area. And Tez Jackson is a gentleman that's had his own struggles. So watching these two and being able, I got to go to an event and actually work with them and see how they interact and hear Tez talking about just what he's learned so far. He was speaking to another person who's on our wait list to get in and be another student and be a mentor with us. And I mean, just hearing Tez talk about what he's learned so far, it was empowering and inspiring. It was emotional. So I mean,
Mhm.
seeing that impact is fantastic, but also knowing that in the space of the culinary world, there's so many different paths that you can go. So bringing people in and giving them the skills and giving them the opportunity to choose that path, and us being able to help them with that journey, is unbelievable.
Yeah, and you've mentioned it a couple times, but like that giving someone hope, someone that is whether they're coming from a challenging circumstance or not, we all need that. And to be able to provide that, and it's those little micro moments that kind of add up, those moments of hope and joy and inspiration and learning. And we need that in spades in
Yes.
our world in general, but definitely right now. And so that's excellent. So tell me a little bit. I'm curious because I know you also, in addition to the nonprofit you run, and you're working on this new initiative, you also are you're a podcast host or a live host.
Yeah, we have three shows. Yeah,
Three
we
shows. Okay.
we are we have three different shows. Two of them are lives, and our most popular one is the People Community Event. And you were on our show,
I
yes.
was. Thank you. Thank
We're
you.
we are always thrilled to have. I mean, you had a ton of people show up. I mean, it was fantastic to see not the people just being there live, but all the people that over the course of the couple of weeks that were like, okay, and they're checking it out. So fantastic job. But yeah, those are
Thank
two
you.
of our shows. And then every Friday with our roller skating post called Funky Friday on LinkedIn and other social media channels or Facebook. And then we'll throw out mini versions on other things. But we drop our Time to Change podcast. So Dominique Jones, he goes by Dom Jones, and
Hmm.
I co-host we pre-record at the beginning of the year for half the year. Then we take a little bit of a break. Then we pre-record, another 20 some odd episodes. And then we drop them every Friday with our Funky Friday post, bring people into the rink, have some fun, have some creativity, and then, drop a little bit of seriousness about a subject matter. This Friday, we're going to be talking about Irene Glazier's amazing book. And she's an incredible lady who served a lot of time in the military. And that's another thing that I'm part of, is that I mentor veterans that are transitioning over into civilian life with a company called American Corporate Partners, or ACP. So that's a huge, another piece of what I do that I love. So yeah, it's a full life, and I appreciate all of it. So
That's wonderful. It's great to just be able to have that impact in all aspects. And you bring up veterans. Do you know? I think we're connected. Anthony Towndrow.
yes, love
Yes,
him.
he was on a show a
Love.
little while back, and
Yeah, it was a good show.
he actually was highlighting that. I guess tomorrow, I think, or no, excuse me, Thursday, Saturday here. There's a big walk going on to raise awareness around suicide and mental health and things like that, and specifically around veterans. And it's so critical. I mean, people are hurting. People are looking for hope. They're looking for help. And
Yeah.
it sounds like you're doing that every day in every way. And I love
Well,
it.
as many of those organizations as I can support, I try to. In our group, in the Outlier Project, there's a lot of great veterans, and one of my favorites is Robert Hamilton Owens, and
Hmm.
he rode across the Atlantic. This guy's in his 70s. He rode across the Atlantic with a group of people,
Wow.
to raise awareness and funding for Mark Courage's foundation that talks about veteran suicide, because it's
Hmm.
it's higher than the 22. Most people know the 22 a day, and they talk about that, and it's great that people understand what that means, but it's higher than that.
Yeah.
And depending on where you are and how you served, the numbers just keep going up, and we've got to do something about that. So
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, it's not just the numbers, which 22 alone is staggering and a terrible figure.
one
But
is too
it's
many.
exactly, and the ripple effect. I mean, there's the individual that is experiencing this, but then there is that ripple effect through the home, through the family, through the community, and others that are impacted. And so it's a big issue and a big challenge. And so shout out to you and Anthony and all the people out there that are doing something to try and bring awareness and change things. And so thank you. I'm just reading some comments coming in. Tiffany I can't say her last name.
Castano.
Castagno. There you go. Thank you. Hi,
Castano.
Tiffany. Thank you for jumping in. Yes, we are here. Thank you. And Chason is also able to pronounce names that I certainly I certainly can't on the fly. I don't know if I can even see. Hold on
Yeah,
a
that's all
sec.
right. I can't see it, so forget it. I wouldn't be able to. I love Tiffany because she's got an amazing HR company, and she's a partner of ours, and
Oh
so
no,
she's
wonderful.
she's amazing.
Tiffany is amazing. I got the chance to meet Tiffany firsthand in Phoenix for the Disrupt HR event. And so that was
Yes.
cool. I mean, you meet lots of people at these events, but Tiffany definitely stood out, just had this energy. And thank you for being here. So, yes, so obviously there's a lot of, you get a lot of joy and satisfaction from the work you're doing and the people that you're helping. I'm curious, what kind of things do you do just for fun, just for joy? What brings Chase and joy?
Oh, well, I love to cook. So I love to cook. I love to bake. I love to get outdoors. So I love to grill. I love
Mm,
to be out in nature. We love the water. My wife really loves the water, or the ocean primarily, but we like to travel to that. We love to travel. We love to see new places,
mm.
and when we can do it. So we've seen a lot of the United States. I've actually lived in 17 states and 42 cities in almost
Wow.
60 years. So
17 states? That's wild.
that's so yeah, I've been to everywhere except for the West Coast. The furthest west I've been is when we lived in, I guess you would say, Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, wow.
That was the furthest west, and we loved Arizona. We loved it, but
Well, I mean, I'm in Tucson, so I know Phoenix, and there's not a lot of water, unfortunately,
no,
unless you have a
no,
pool.
yeah, but that's like every community had like a pool. And there was like they were everywhere. So
Yes. Well, you need to venture out to the West Coast. I don't know if you need to move here, but you should come out here for a little bit of time. And I say the West Coast, here I am in Arizona, but I'm from the West Coast.
uh,
It's only a handful of hours that way, so
yeah, yeah. I need to. Yeah, I've got a bunch of people I want to go up and down the coast and see. So it would be awesome to do that. Plus, but my wife would just love seeing all the water and stuff. So.
oh yeah, and it's just beautiful, beautiful scenery, and I mean, lots of water. We got the water covered.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. You've obviously had a lot of people that have helped you out in your life and come to support you. I'm curious. Are there a couple that stand out for you, and kind of what sort of influence have they had on your life and your path?
Well, it's interesting. He'll never see this because he's rarely on social media, although he has a LinkedIn account. But my brother Robert,
Mm-hmm.
who is we're from a gaggle of boys, but there are only a few of us still surviving.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the closest in age to me. He's a year and 8 months younger than I am, and he is one of my best friends, and he is somebody that in the darkest times and some of the worst situations, he has showed up for his big brother when his big brother was not the best human in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would, that is probably the first one that I have to put on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Past that, there are a couple of different chefs and a couple of different people in my life currently that have made a tremendous, tremendous impact. And Tiffany, because she's in here in the audience, I'm going to say how awesome it is for me to have met her and her husband, Mike, and got to break bread with her. So I get a lot of joy from our partners and the people that I meet that are standing in the gap, and that feeds me a lot these days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's great. I remember, when I was probably, I don't know, I was probably 6, 8, something like that, and going through that challenging times with friends or who I thought were friends, and my mother saying, when you look back, you'll have 5 true people, true
Yeah.
friends that you can count on, and when you're 6, you say, yeah, whatever. But as I've gotten older, that list is very short. But I would imagine, much like your brother, that these are people that would do anything and would be there for you, and those are important relationships to have,
Yeah.
and that's wonderful. So I'd love to learn. You started to talk a little bit about this new initiative, and I wonder if you could give us a little bit more about it and kind of what it's doing for the community, and what are some maybe upcoming things that people could help support or get involved with.
Well, thank you. Transformation Kitchen is so near and dear to me. I've worked for different organizations that had something similar to this. What
Mm-hmm.
we're doing to try to be different than all the other skills placement type organizations that are doing this work in the culinary area is to make it a really holistic cycle. So as we grow as an organization, we want to keep the people that are going through this program with us as long as possible. So as we, create our gardens of hope and to learn gardening and composting, and as we build out our fast casual restaurant and our production kitchen, we want the people that are going through the program to be with us and to be employees and to be mentors and to help the people that are going forward. We are doing a couple of things that I'm just super, super excited about. And we are starting in November with our first chef mentor, as I said, Mike Casanova, teaching Tez Jackson, our first student. And he's going to learn about the culinary life and skills. And then we are working with someone, I can't say her name, but she's very prevalent on the LinkedIn platform. And next week, not this Friday, but next Friday, we're going to announce our first wellness coach who is going to be working with all of our students because we want them to be mentally and physically prepared for life, because
Mm.
that's what happens, especially as you're going through your journey. You get sucked back into the life that you had. And I remember that rocky road of, it's 2 days clean, and then you're back in, and then you're, a month clean, and then, it's because you can't seem to get out of that cycle. It just keeps sucking you back in. So we want them to realize that there's a different life that they can have. And along that journey as well, we want them to earn a living wage. We want them
Mm.
to be able to take care of themselves and their family. And what does that look like? Um, so December 6th, we're having a ribbon cutting here in Newburgh. We are finalizing what looks like we're going to be with the Boys and Girls Club. I'm like 90% sure that we're going to be at the Boys and Girls Club in Newburgh, but we'll be announcing that. We already have all of our sponsors. I'm so excited. Like, that happened like that. When people saw that what we were doing and that it was live, people came to us. So I'm so thrilled, and we'll be talking about our sponsors and talking about what they're doing. But I'm so stoked to be having our ribbon cutting and our official first Love the Block. So Love the Block, we're going to be doing that once a month. And that is taking our food truck with Mike Casanova. It's called Food Pirates. Food over fame. And
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be giving away food to the food insecure and showing them and teaching them about what we do, so that they can become part of the Boys and Girls Club. They can become part of Transformation Kitchen and learn that there's a better lifestyle, that you
Mm-hmm.
can do different things. So we're excited about our growth, about starting and going through these opportunities to teach not only adults, but look at in starting in January, teaching kids
Mm.
culinary. And so, yeah, it's really, really, we're thrilled. But December 6th, hold that date. It looks like it's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club in Newburgh, New York. And we are going to be from 4 to 8 p.m. And come on out. There's no charge. Come support us. Come see what we're all about. Come meet all the players. Come meet Tez Jackson. Come meet Chef Casanova. I'll be there in my fancy dancy chef coat and my apron, doing the work too. And so, yeah, we'll be doing what we do. But I'm
That's
excited.
awesome. Congratulations. That's quite an accomplishment, and I think all the recognition and the people coming out. You said getting sponsors. I mean, I think this is, more evidence that there is so much need, and there is so many people that want to help, make this happen. Is there, for those that aren't local or aren't in that region, is there other ways that they could support you or anything they could do to help build awareness?
Absolutely. I mean, on our website, if you go to our website, which is HR hyphen for the number 4, the letter U.org, you'll see a donate button. You'll also see ways that you can become a partner, that you can volunteer. You can reach out to us. You can fill out, I said, you can fill out, you
The
jinxed
wrecker
me in the
is
very
here.
beginning. Yeah, the record is there. You can fill out our contact form, and I'll be in touch with you within 24 hours to say, hey, yeah, let's talk about what we need to talk about. But the donate, we're going through Zeffy. Zeffy gives 100% back to the nonprofits. They don't take out a fee. You can support them if you like, but I love that about Zeffy. And yeah, we're just raising funds and keeping the engines going towards our mission, vision, and purpose of helping people earn a living wage and get equitable opportunities to take care of themselves and their families.
Wow, that is awesome. And so anyone out there watching this, watching the replay, please go and support. If you are anywhere in the vicinity, December 6th is the day. Get in there, get some incredible food, meet some incredible people, support an incredible cause. I'm saying incredible and amazing a lot, and I think it is fine because it's very applicable here. And so, last question for you, Chason. If there is one thing that you could be remembered for, what would it be?
having an impact on communities that lasts well beyond my life.
Hallelujah. That is wonderful. I think oftentimes legacy, they talk about money, but that is fleeting. Legacy is having that true impact and changing lives, and people will talk about it forever. And that to me is true legacy and having that impact. And that is what I'm all about. That's why I host this live, because I want to showcase people just like Chason who are driven by a desire to bring change, bring positivity, bring scary positivity if we're staying in our theme. Scary levels of positivity and an impact to community and others. And so I want to thank you so much for the work you're doing, Chason.
Thank you.
And I want to thank everyone who has joined us today. I really appreciate you. And so with that, I'll just very quickly say big shout out and thank you to our sponsor, Opus Clip. If you are in need and you're looking for some cool stuff, there is the code for that. And if you missed this or you want to share this with someone that you think would benefit and learn some things and enjoy this, please watch the replay. It's going to be on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. And join me for the next show, which is going to be Thursday, November 14th. I'm going to be having my special guest, Alex Dumas. Alex is an executive coach, an international speaker, and a best-selling author.
Nice.
So with that, I will say once again, thank you, Chason, so much for being here and for what you're doing. And I love the costume. Thank you for showing up and representing for Halloween. And to everyone out there, have a wonderful, safe Halloween. And thank you for being here. And we will talk to you soon. So we are out. Thank you, everyone.